Okay, well, I didn't mean to hit go live 3 minutes early, so now I have to talk for 3 minutes. Oh, geez, what is going on? Hello, Miss Evelyn. I know I'm like 3 minutes early. It's so crazy. Ah! Hey, everyone. My back is killing me. I've been sewing. I sewed a stained glass t-shirt quilt and a stained glass pillow. I've got like 2 more seams left. I was trying to finish it. I didn't get it finished before the live, so I'll go finish it after the live. It was yeah, it was a mess. It's not a mess, it's just all tie-dye. And so we did the stained glass to have a little separation between because it looked awful the other way. Anyways, it actually didn't look that awful, but it just looked like a big old mess of color and a little bit of... So we do the t-shirt quilts, if you don't know. This is, hi, Michelle from Poppies. I'm early, so now I'm just filling time. And there's a method called, in our t-shirts, we do them all next to each other. You already started? You're early. I know. I know. I must be running a fever or something. But we have a stained glass version where it has it ends up being 1/2 inch of Kona of whatever color. We did one recently. Diane sewed that one together. It was teal in between, and it had a lot of orange and teal in some. It has some Pokemon stuff, and it looks so cool. It was, yeah, it was definitely not your typical t-shirt quilt. But this one I was doing tie-dye. I did black in between the tie-dyes, except the ones I'm doing right now on the pillows, all the shirts are black or brown or gray. So I'm doing gray leading. We call it leading because it's stained glass version. Anyways, I've been sewing too much and my back is screaming at me because it's not used to that. And then last night, woo, I finished the last of the paper piecing part of Catch Me. So I've got all the paper piecing done. I still have to make some of my stars and fix some of my stars because I'm not real happy with them. And I have to cut my bigger pieces that we'll need for when Jacqueline comes at the end of October. But other than that, I can actually move on to other stuff, which is, you know, perfect timing because I get to go to retreat next week. I get to take a week off and go sew. So mainly a week off, but yeah, and I can sew on stuff besides that because that was my goal, is if I could get that close, then I could not have to work on that at retreat. If I wasn't close, I had to work on it until I was close because I want to be able to put the quilt together when she's here to teach us how to do the circle within the circle within the circle, which is just how she puts hers together. And it's just a little more, it's not complicated. I think we just have to take our time doing it, but I'd rather like listen to her talk about it and stuff and tell me things and tell me I'm not supposed to use a glue stick and then like sneak in a glue stick because I will. So, all right, so, oh, you know what? The phones don't work there, Sam. Sorry. They actually don't. Oh, nice. All right, cool. Thanks, Debbie. Debbie said that they gave our information to someone. Yeah, if you guys don't want to do a t-shirt quilt, send them our way because we do several hundred a year. So, for other people, for non-quilters and quilters alike, we do them. Sometimes quilters don't want to do t-shirt quilts. I don't know why. I like them. Most don't, though. Okay, so I have some fun new items to show you guys and a fun new quilt behind me that didn't get ironed. So it's actually a digital reproduction of the quilt. And when I was over here earlier, over here in the retail suite, Estelle was like, yeah, we need to sew it together. And I was like, she must mean she just needs to hang it up. I didn't know, I didn't get it. So I went back to mine. I come in about 10 till. She's like, Brenda's just finishing up sewing the 2 pieces together. I was like, what? So because it's a digital reproduction and fabric's only so wide, but they wanted it to be a true size, because some of the manufacturers will shrink down the size. What are you guys doing?
Watching live.
What are you guys up to?
Nothing.
Uh-huh. that they did it in 2 pieces, which I don't think when they opened it they knew that until no, and then so it didn't really get ironed, because I guess they must have been busy today, because otherwise Brenda would have gotten it done earlier. So it needs to be ironed. But that's the new Tim Holtz palette that'll hit our floors Friday night. And it will be available Friday night on the web and forward. And then the people that pick up their pallet, it's ready Saturday for you guys to pick up. And if it's getting shipped to you, it gets shipped out tomorrow, I think, or today. I don't know. I don't keep track of that. Sorry, the transmission is your house. Sam called me several times today. And for whatever reason, even though we got a booster for her house, for her phone, it doesn't, it's like she cuts in and out. I hate talking to her at her house. Anyways, she was working at home and trying to get all this stuff done. So she was like calling me all the time. I'm like, that doesn't help. Anyways, Mayfair starts. Hey, Brenda, is Mayfair the 3rd or 4th weekend of September? There's a calendar. It's not in front of me. I'll tell you in a second. I can hear her looking at it. Maybe not. Maybe that was someone different. Okay, I'll try to get you an answer to that. Mayfair's either the 3rd or 4th weekend of September. I think it's the 3rd, but I'm not positive on that. And maybe Sam could chime in. They're calling it purple. So it's all different colors of purple, but as you can see, there's now sometimes these quilts have more fabrics. Like I don't think this green is in the purple. It just looked really nice with it. Now this is probably in there, even though it's not all purple. It's got purple flowers. 3rd week. 3rd Saturday is when Mayfair, the 20th is what I'm being told. Okay, so I'm gonna get going. Okay. Because I have to go finish that pillow. I'm not working on it again tomorrow. And I had to run back for my computer because I forgot my computer over there. And Jean's like, don't be mad at me, but I found several puckers. I'm like, "Urgh." Okay. I have to fix those too. So, okay, but I will do that after. Switching to the app. All right, perfect. Okay, hello everyone. 3rd Saturday. Oh, see, Sam now chimes in. You're a little late, Sam. Okay, so we have some fun little different things that would help if you are reading in the dark or you need just a little more light. Just some, I don't know, we just pick up things because I see them as useful in what we do too. And so the first one's a tiny book light. It's so cute and it's not open. And is it openable without, oh, it is. Hold on. Look how cute it is. It's like a little thing. It's got like a clip on it to put, and then, oh, it's got a battery thing. I'm not gonna pull the battery thing. Anyways, and it has a light, and then look, I'm like, isn't that adorable? But you could put it on your book or your pattern book if you need a little more light where your pattern book is. Just put it in to there without messing up your pattern book. Like, how cute is that? Anyways, we have the little book light, and I think it's in multiple colors, but I think you'll get whatever color you get if you purchase on the live. That's sold 100. Mayfair is a block of the month that's hanging behind the register, Tim Mary, if you have been in, oh, and Darlene, if you have been in recently, it's a block of the month. It is Wing and a Prayer. They write the best patterns. It's all batiks. And it's really, really pretty colors. And they, like I said, their patterns, they've been doing the block of the month thing forever, and their patterns are so well done and so well divided up and so well explained and so well organized. I mean, they're just, yeah, they're really nice. So if you go on poppyquiltandsew.com, and now the picture on the web isn't going to do it justice, but you could at least be reminded, because I know both of you have been in here recently. Yeah, Mayfair is gorgeous. All right, so sold 100 is the tiny little book light. And it looks like you can replace batteries because there's screws in it. So if you were to run it out, then you could replace it. See, look, there it is in action. Okay. And then we have the little book holders. So do you ever put your book up there? Because we all have these like type of books, right? And do you ever put them up there and they don't want to stay open very well? Well, this is going to help hold it open, this little guy. And again, this one comes in multiple colors, and I think you just get what you get if you do. Sold 101 is the little book holder. Looks like a little man. Put that man to work. Hopefully my man is not watching. He likes to watch and then comment on my comments. Oh well, but look how cute. All right, so that, and then the to be continued placekeepers. Now, do you ever lose your way as you are going through your pattern or whatever? Like, this would just be a great way to, okay, this is where I'm at. Kind of like a bookmark, but I would use it more of this is where I'm at in this. And it's just a clip. It's not magnetic or anything. It's just a clip. So you can only put it like from the outside in, either from the top down or the sides. But you get 2 of these in each one. Again, those are in multiple colors. So you get what you get. And you don't have a fit. All right, and then, you know, I was going to show, I'm like, get a book I can show. So we did this. This is Scrap Quilting with Wendy Shepherd. I love Annie's Attic books because you get multiple different designs in a very economical. I mean, there are 10 designs in here, and they're all look to be quilts. Wait, 3, 6, 7, 8. At least 8 of them are quilts. Sometimes there's a table runner or something in there. And if you like cats, there's a cute, look at the little cat on the ledge. Like, how cute is that? And what am I saying? For a really good price. For 10 patterns for $16.99, that's like $1.60, $70, $1.70 each. I think that's pretty good pricing. Look at the snail pattern in there. Oh, I missed that one because it kind of blended with the fabrics they used on the back. Hold on. There's a nice one. This one I think looks like it would look great, which is kind of those Christmas fabrics that aren't Christmas, but you do it red and green, and so it's sort of Christmassy, but it's not. Or if you did like blues and whites, oh, that would be so pretty. Or just like reds and whites. It's the snail with a house on the back. Holy crap. Look at that, y'all. How cute is that? That would be so much fun. So these are Scrap Quilting with Wendy Shepherd. Okay, thanks. Sold 103. All right. Bee's Knee book stand. So I think we have 2 of these left in stock, but since we're showing things, so you can use this. This is Lori Holt. That's the B means it's Lori Holt. It's metal. Like, this thing has some weight to it. And you can put this, you know what else you could put on there? Your iPad would be really great. A cookbook would be really great. Does anybody still use cookbooks, or do you just stick your iPad? Don't answer, Sam, because I know you don't have a cookbook in your house, but you use the iPad. But it's just a really good stand. It has the thing in the back, and it has some really good weight to it. It's really nice. So I've got 2 of these left, or one or 2 of these left. That's sold 104. It's the Bee's Knees book stand. And then we refreshed, it's funny, they got mixed in. Okay, we refreshed our BQs with some of my favorite BQs. So BQs is those patterns, and we talk about them all the time when someone asks, what do I do with this focal fabric, or what do I do with this certain size block that I have 12 of, but I need something. And we're coming to the end of sampler now. There will be a pattern. If you're in our sampler group, you will get a pattern you can use with your October pickup. But sometimes you want a little more than the pattern I'm going to give you, because the pattern I'm going to give you is going to be fairly simple, which reminds me again that I need to get that written by then. So BQ3 it's one block. It's just turned every which way. So that's the block. So see how you have like this big, you can do focal fabric there. You can do, it's good. You could do, and it comes usually in a couple different size. So like you can make these blocks 18 inches, or you can make them 9 inches, and gives you the instructions for 6, on this one, it gives you the instructions for 6 different ones, sizes. And I mean, it's just a great way to use focal fabric. I love the BQs. What are you doing? You're making me so nervous. What did you guys put over here that I'm gonna...
Nothing, but we had a small dinosaur going to the classroom.
A small dinosaur, like a gecko? Yeah, okay, and none of you can handle a gecko?
No.
Okay, I'll take care of it later.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so the BQ4, I have BQ4. So now this one's longer and would be great with, if you like a collection, but you don't know what to do with it, like this one in the back. And the collection has like bigger prints like Cave, like the new August 2025 Cave. Like this would be so great. And so you've got where you can use like big pieces of fabric, and then you've got the calming, but it's more than just sashing in between. Does that make sense? So that one actually has 2 different style of blocks because of the way it's made, BQ4. And then BQ6 is this one. And I brought these in again because I always talk about them, but we forget that they sell out. And then my sister wanted something, I don't even remember which collection it was. And what am I doing?
When you get to the ruler, I'm supposed to let you know that the ruler goes with those patterns. Like
You can use it with the patterns? Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay. Is that Sam?
Yeah, she called me.
She thought that was important enough to call? Awesome.
Yes.
So this one is BQ6. Anyways, I think this is the one we got for whatever fabric line, and I didn't see her on here. She's probably working. What about yellow papers? Okay, you need to stay off. Can we ban that Stephen Bailey person off our lives? Okay, so Sam thought that this would be a great thing. So we have a few of the, now it's not yellow, which is so weird that my husband just asked about yellow papers. We have, you know, these are usually yellow. Well, they made some crystal clear ones. They still have that non-slip on the back, but they made some crystal clear ones. And Sam thought they would be perfect to use with the BQs. And this is, what is this? Sold 106. It's 4.5 by 18 inches. So it's a good length, but not too long. You know, I have like a variety of, depending on what I'm doing, but this has the half on one side, not on both sides. So the way they do halves with, but it doesn't have half this way, is it's only on one side. So you're only counting, oh, I guess you do have the measurements to count both ways, but you can see through it more, kind of, than you can the yellow. I know that's one of the big things that people say. What's the name of the pattern book? The pattern book was Scrap Quilting with Wendy Shepherd, and Shepherd spelled with 2 P's, as in Paul's. Okay. Tucker Trimmer 3 would also be a good one to square up your blocks on those BQs or anything else you're doing. So Tucker Trimmer 3 is, this is probably actually the one Sam called about.
She just said random rulers.
You guys are killing me right now. Okay, sorry for all the distractions. I'm gonna Leroy Jethro Gibbs all of you upside the back of the head.
I'm going to the other room.
Do it yourself. Do it to yourself. Listen, I watch that and then I think I'm not mean. And all his little staff and employees like really respect him. I'm like, I think I need to be meaner. Anyways, Tucker Trimmer 3. I love all the Tucker Trimmers. Tucker Trimmer 3 is only the 3 because it's bigger. So it goes up to 13 inches. Yeah, 13 inches. So you can do blocks. So you can square your 12.5 inch blocks. It's really clear, but it does have some lines. So when you're trying to center and stuff, as you're trying to get to your different block sizes, that helps without having so many lines that like a regular 13 inch or 12.5 inch ruler would have. And it has the inches and the half inches just depending on which way you turn it. So if you're trying to square up your 12-inch block, finished block that's really 12.5 inches, you can use this ruler because it's got 12.5 on it. So okay, piece Peacemaker pouch. We've got a couple, these Peacemaker pouch sold 110. Cute little just pieced. It works with a mini charm pack. It works with scrap fabrics. Look how cute that is. This one is sold 110. And then I have the patchwork slice pouch. And this one, you know, this one would be, but see how it's not squares? It's like a slice. So that is sold 111. And again, just a quick little fun pattern you can do, and either use your scraps or use your little charm packs that you love to buy because they're like candy. And then on some of these, the 2-inch piecing grid will help. So just a reminder that we do sell a bunch of different sizes of the 10 Sisters grid and the Mondo bag panels extra if you wanted to make multiple ones. I know Sam showed that a couple weeks ago, but we sell the 2-inch, but we sell it in other sizes, and we sell it by the panel. Panel makes 126 2-inch squares. So you put your 2.5-inch squares down, and the way this works is you get to sew, it's got a fusible to it. It's really, really thin, and it's got a fusible to it. And then you get to sew in a whole line instead of sewing 2.5 inches at a time. And after I just finished all of those pieces that catch me, I don't want to sew anything this long ever again in my life. So I like that when you're putting things together. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, so 2026 is going to be here before you guys know it. So you know we have to have the By the Yard calendar, and you know how much fun these are. And they have a wife that is a quilter and a husband that is a railroad guy, and so there's all kinds of different fun things. And these are all new graphics on the back, so they're not, they may eventually end it up where you see them or whatever, but she doesn't just recycle, she comes up with new stuff. So that's 2026. Those will not last. They will not still be here as we get to 2026. And then we have, oh, enda bolts. Okay, so the first enda bolt I have is a piece of Peltex Sew-In Ultra Firm. So this is like if you need stiffer on the bottom of your bags, like on the inside of your bags, you can use 1 or 2 layers of this. It just ends up being an enda bolt to that. It's a 3/4 yard piece, so that would give you a lot of for the bottom of bags. If you wanted a really stiff, but it's sew-in, it does not have any fusible on it. If you wanted fusible, you could use like Hot Fix or something on both sides, or to make it fusible. But it's sew-in, but you can use it, it's stiffer so that you can put it, you know, when you want a base for the bottom of your bag. That's sold 114. Sold 115 is the end of the cute pumpkins. Love these pumpkins. They do several different, I've seen several different iterations of them, but this one is 1 yard and 3/8, and it's just nice. Make some great placemats or table runners or an apron. That would be fun. The pumpkins. And then 24/7 bubble. This one is kind of an orangey color, so if you look at it with that, it kind of brightens that up again. It's pulling that kind of like that little more yellow orange. You could pick up both of these and then you'd really have enough for some placemats and stuff. This is a 2 1/4 yard piece of this kind of goldish, orangish, yellowish. And then Wonders of the Ocean. This, I cannot believe how many of these kits we have sold. We don't usually do well with ocean stuff here because we're kind of landlocked. The closest beach is about 4 to 5 hours away besides the lake. But the closest like ocean beach is 4 to 5 hours away. This is the border print. So again, if you have someone you know that you can use this, you can also, you know those BQs we were just talking about? You cut this out as your focal fabric and use it, and then make a quilt around it. So sold 117. You could also do an easy stripe table runner here. You'd have to do one of the ones that was pieced, not the long one, because it's not long enough for the long one. You'd have to do with the wedges on that. Okay. So August 2025, I literally think it showed up on August 30th. Because the 30th, no, maybe the 29th, because the last day of the month that we would receive a shipment. Usually it's earlier than that, I feel like, but this time, no. They divided it into colorways. So the first colorway is sold 118. There are 4 fat quarters in here, and it's the pinks.
They're half yards.
Oh, sorry, they're half yards. Thank you. It says fat quarter. They're, I'm gonna skip those because I don't, well, let me see what, if I can figure out from the pricing what they're priced at. Yeah, they're priced at fat quarters. Well, they're fat quarters now. These are half yard cuts, but we will turn them into fat quarters. So you've got the pinks, fat quarters. And then we have that's sold 118. We've got the plums. The plums. That's sold 119. So you've got your plum colored. Look how pretty that one is. Ooh, look at that with the blues and the, ooh. And then you have your blues that is also greens, because there's blue and green. That's a Mobley one. I saw him get on, oh gosh, the fish are in here. Will they get these exact ones, right, Brenda? Because I'm showing them. Okay, you'll get these exact fabrics. So you will get the fish. That fish is not going to last long. We've already had like several yards. I'm surprised they put it in here, purchased. So yeah. That is also a Brandon, the fish. So that is sold 120. Okay, so let's talk about Tilda. So we brought in Tilda for the first time, and I will admit we did not do it very well. And by this is blamed on me. So I decided to bring in Merry Little Christmas because I was at H&H, which is a trade show. Sam was not with me. And I'm a little more scatterbrained, and I'm not very good at the planning. And so we brought it in and didn't have real plans for it. And so we have all the fabric here, and it is gorgeous. And I already pulled some for me to make a quilt. But we didn't end up having the right amount of fabrics because like their kits require, one, a lot of time planning because they want you to cut 9-inch squares to put in the kit, which is so unusual. And to do like 27 different cuts for a kit. So that takes time management. And then they wanted like 3.5 yards of a background fabric, and we didn't get enough bolts to accommodate for that. So I'm sorry, we did not make any of the kits. The next Tilda collection, I've actually kind of seen a sneak peek, and I'm pretty sure we will be getting that as well. We will be figuring out which kits and ordering correctly for the kits and having the time set aside with staff to be able to make the kits. And apparently there's usually like cross stitch and stuff, but if you don't get it ordered back then, you don't get it now. So sorry, we're new to it, we're learning. We have learned a lot, that I should not buy stuff without Sam. I already know that, but I wanted to show you guys. So sold 121 is the fat quarter stack of Merry Little Christmas of Tilda. So you've got the fat quarter stack with this print that we are already out of this print in, except for in this fat quarter stack. We don't even have any loose fat quarters of it. We are also out of the cream color of that same, it's not cream, it's like a taupe. It's that one right there that has all the characters and stuff on it. So that is sold 121. I've got one of those left, it looks like. And then we have the jelly roll. I mean, this just by itself would be just a gorgeous like jelly roll quilt, or one of those like Bargello one. Sam, remember that Anova Bargello pattern? That this would be really pretty in that too. So you've got that. So sold 122. And then sold 123 is the 5-inch squares. So if you just want a little taste, 5-inch squares. We'll also buy more of the basics next time. I feel like you need to have some of the basics in too. And her basics, I think, tend to go with each line, like as we keep going. So now that we've got shelving for Tilda, we can continue to buy Tilda. We didn't bring Tilda in before because we didn't have room for it. But we now have room. And so I expect that we will until you guys stop purchasing it and tell us you don't want it anymore. Sold 124. is, it's funny that they put different things on the top. A lot of people put the same thing on the top of every pre-cut. Sold 124 is the layer cake version of the Merry Little Christmas. And then I did get buttons. I got something, just didn't get the right things. So there's 2 sizes of the buttons. One's 16 millimeter and one's 12 millimeter. So Merry Little Christmas buttons. So you have to put in, it's a variant. So you have to put you have to put sold space 125 space 12 mm, no spaces in between that, or 16 mm as you add to cart if you're on Facebook. If you're on the app, you just click on it. But look how cute they are. They're like fabric covered buttons. They're so cute. That would be great. Like my sister posted, she just made some little bags, but instead of doing a zipper, she did like a button on them, which, you know, you'd have to make a tinier, these are kind of tinier, but I think that would look cute. All right, that's all the Tilda. Tilda is expensive. Yes, Tilda is expensive and is very, very strict on the pricing that we have to have it at. They control all of that, so we can't sell it. They can't tell me I can sell it higher, but I can't sell it below a certain amount. We can't advertise for a certain amount. That's why I have to say I saw a sneak peek and I can't even really talk about it. We can't even show pictures of it until the next one. I think we can show pictures. It's either November 1st or December 1st. I don't know. Anyways, we'll figure all that out. But okay, so this is a half pack. Pinecone Ridge Lodge half pack. So Pinecone Ridge Lodge half pack, new collection, panel is available. Look at our little friends. Oh my gosh, look at this. I have not seen this collection. I know I ordered it, like I've seen it, but I haven't seen it since I ordered it. And I look at the one with the little scarf on him. Oh my goodness. So there's all kinds of little animals on this running yardage. So this is half yard. Yeah, it's stinking cute. And then it's got a cute little plaid with it. And then it's got some great blenders with it. So there was 3. And this is it's not a half pack, it's a half yard package of, because I do have half packs on here too, and a new pattern. We finally got a new pattern for half packs. Yay, us! Yeah, she finally did. Look at how fun those little characters are. Oh my goodness. And look at that little ant creature there, and Sam can tell you what it's called because she would just make fun of me if I said it. And there's they've got some great blenders, so to go with it. So half pack, we have yardage of it obviously if we're cutting half yards. It's not a half pack if we're cutting half yards. And then look at this panel. Look at all the fun little characters. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. The moose, the owl. Ah, too adorable. They're just like fun. They're fun. All right, sold 127. All right, sold 108. This is a end of bolt. 108 navy 1 1/4 yard piece. So that's about 45 inches by 108 inches. It is Kona navy, so it's solid. Both sides are the same color. That is sold 128. Sold 129 is grunge basics in green, Christmas green, I think it is. Yes, Christmas green. So it's very piney, and that is a word, piney, even if I just made it up myself. How big are those squares? They look to be, I was kind of trying to judge it as I was holding it. I knew somebody was going to ask too. Hold on. So you can get 12-inch squares out of them, not 12 and a half. You could make them into 12 and a half with your own sashing. But these right here are about 11 inches. Yeah, from here to here is about 11 inches. For my 2 glow-in-the-dark neon yellow highlighter yellow, that's about 11 inches. And I assume it's square. It looks square. Yeah. 11 by 11 to the white frame. And then, so you could put it in things that call for like a 12 inch, like a BQ. All right. So that was from a question online. And then we've got 118. So we have a few fabrics. If you guys have that 108 inch quilt, we've got a few wide backs that are 118 and more than just the sateens. Now the sateens, they quilt up beautifully and they are 118, but we also have like some like this. So this brown is 118 inches by, it would help if I showed you the right thing. I think we missed that one. Well, if you want this brown one, send us a message because it's not on the live. I was just telling Estelle the other day she'd been doing good. I'm not missing any. This is 2 1/3 yard piece of the Grunge Basics. This is not a wide back. This is regular width. 2 1/3 yards. So 72 plus 12, 84 inches by 44 inches. I don't think, maybe that'll show up later. We'll see. Okay, we got a bunch of new labels in. I know you guys saw some of them, but I had to show some more of them. Or maybe you've already seen some of this. So, handmade with love and 10 million trips to the quilt shop. And we love it when you guys come see us and let us help you with what you're working on. So sold 131. These are made by Katie Cupcake. And then we have sold 132. Well, S-word and a seam ripper. Maybe one of those quilts that you use a seam ripper on a lot deserves one of these. There's, I think there's 3. Sorry, there's 3 labels in each one of these. 3-pack, yep. There was 3 in the last one too. They're really nice. They've done both Katie Cupcake and Sarah Hart's. It's really good quality.
Cindy B bought
the well Shysta ones. Nice.
Yeah.
Sold 132. And then we've got some greeting cards because it's always nice to include a little card about how much fun you had making their quilt, right? So this is Perfectly Imperfect handmade. It has the card and an envelope, and the inside of the card is mainly blank for you to be able to fill out. And then the quilt, this is one of my favorites. If you call this quilt a blanket, I'm taking it back. I think that is awesome. So we've got those. We've got more of them. So you can peruse those online. If you just type in Katie, and Katie's with just an I. So K-A-T-I, no E on the end, Cupcake. All of her products should come up on our justpoppyquiltandsew.com. Because I'll tell you, when I walked over here earlier, like I had 50 of these to go through. I was like, oh, no, I'm not going through all through 50 of these. I'd like to go home sometime tonight. All right, Sarah Hart. So we did get a whole bunch of new products from Sarah Hart's. And if you're easily offended, don't look at the next one. This one's okay. Made in 2025. So if you want to get this on the ones that you are working on in 2025, sold 135. And then this is the one that might offend some people. Sarcastic Award ribbon. There's I think 8 ribbons in here. I can't see on this, but that is it says never making this again. That was hard. There's a couple other different ones. So it had these have several different sayings in it. And look how cute they are with the the little ribbon on the end there. So that's really cute. Sold 136. And then this can be either a stitch marker. So if you do knitting or crochet, and I don't know if you need a stitch marker for both of those or just one of those because I am not a knitter or a crocheter, but you can use this as a stitch marker or you can use it as a zipper charm. So you can use it for either. It works for both, but look how sweet that little heart is. So that is sold 137. And then sold 138 is the one that actually looks like a quilt block, but with, and it's fun because almost all of hers have that polka dot fabric in it. I met her at BLT, which is Baby Lock Tech. I should have asked her about it so I would have a story to tell you guys of why she does it. Hopefully she'll be at market and I can ask her there. Because I'm sure there's like something, some sort of signature thing with her, it seems like. And then who doesn't remember their grandmother's or their own stork little scissors? So how cute would that be as a zipper charm? So that is sold $139 for the gold stork embroidery scissor charm. And then she's also got into hair clips because she could not find any anywhere. So we've got two different styles and sizes. So the first one is just a smaller, and so you just, look how sweet. Look how cute. Okay. And then the other one's like for a clip for like the back of your hair. So that one is sold. All of these would be like great little fun gifts for your quilty friends. Sold $140. And then sold $141 is like that big honking clip that you put like, you know, put all your hair up, put it in the back. But it's a sewing machine, and it's plastic, but it looks like kind of like marble, but it's not, of course, marble, because that would be way too heavy to put in your hair. So just really cute. Sold $141 for that. So I had fun shopping at BLT too, without Sam there also. All right, this next is we just have charms. We are not getting yardage of this one that we are aware of. And I didn't reconfirm that with Sam. So Sam, if I'm wrong, then correct me here. But this one is so cute. It's called Sea Splash, and this is charm squares, and it would be great to use with solids. It's just like a little more modern, and it would be great to just put something together. I mean, it is, I just told you we don't do very well with sea stuff, but I guess I must have just really loved how cute that little octopus is. So there, we've got the 5-inch squares of those, and then the 10-inch squares. Splish Splash. Look at the hammerhead shark. And then you've got seashells and other shells and pretty colors. Look at all the pretty colors that are in there. So these are by Robert Kaufman. The what's cotton or satin? They're not cotton. I don't know that they're satin, but they're satin-ish. Becky, if you're talking about the labels, they're I cannot think of the word, it's not coming to me. They're different though depending on which one it is. Like these are more satiny. These are, oh no, they're not cotton though. What are they made out of? They're woven labels. These are woven labels. I don't know if these are considered woven. I don't think these are considered woven. They've covered up the thing that has a lot of this in there. OEKO Tech Standard 100 certified. I don't know what that is. Probably something for the state of California. Okay, Sharpie bundles. So Sharpie bundles are that, usually they're at the end, but they're now. And then I still have half packs and the new pattern to show you, and some more end bolts. So they are woven. Some are polyester. That's what I was thinking is polyester, not satin. Okay, but shiny polyester on some of them. Let's say that. Okay, Sharpie bundles are 5 1-yard that we pick, and they give me just like a handful of fabrics to show you, and then we pick 5 1-yard cuts for you. The first one is 321 Blast Off, and this is a sampling of what we're talking about. It's the cute little ones that have like that says Blast Off, and you've got the stars because it's like robots, and the constellations, and like the inside panels of a spaceship, and that I think is the same, and then some more stars. So, and just really cute colors, really cute for. So it would be 5 1-yard cuts of that. And then the second one is Dreamer Tonga Batiks. And so these are gorgeous purples and blues and greens, kind of your more your cool colors. So you get 5, and I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you buy 2 of them, you'd get like 10 different 1-yard pieces at a really good price. Batiks, non-batik. Okay. Okay. Half packs. So the new pattern, now we don't sell the pattern. The pattern, you get a pattern with your half pack. So I'm going to show you the half packs first because these are some of our newer ones. So we've got Quack Quack Moo in a half pack. Look how cute. So these are all half yard cuts. They're actually 18.5 inches. But half yard cuts, and then there's a pattern. There's a whole binder of patterns that you can pick from. Well, there's a new pattern to pick from for those of you that already have most of the other ones, or if not all of the other ones. So sold $145 is the Quack Quack. So you pick which one you want. Acorn Hollow. Oh my gosh, the little animals. Again, the little fox laying down sleeping. So sweet. And then Spellbound. So you saw those pumpkins. This does have crows in it. So if you don't like crows, don't buy this one. But just a very Halloween-y, kind of on the creepy side of Halloween-y. And then the new pattern that you can pick from, and you don't have to pick this one if you buy any of those, but you can pick this one, is called Check the Box. I gotta show you the pattern on the screen. That would not be smart of me. But look how cute it is. It's just like doing every which way. So these are just different ones that we were able to find. We haven't made our sample yet. Actually, Sam's going to make the sample on this, I think. And so it's just kind of twisty turny on that one. It looks a lot like the Acorn Hollow would look so good in that. And then like this one's one where a lot of the colors blend a little more, so it's a little more blendy. But okay. All right. So, and now I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments and people are going back and forth with each other and I'm missing parts of it. And so it's not making sense to me. All right. So now I have end of bolts. I've got some minky ones and I've got some more, I think, wide back ones. I think mainly minky ones. And then we are done for today. And you guys get Sam next week because I won't be here. And she will be, and I know you guys always enjoy having Sam. So this is a 1 yard piece. So this would be 1 yard by 60 inches, 58 inches of that circle play minky that goes with the Karen Montgomery new line, or anything bright with black. And then we've got solid Cuddle 3 black. This is a 2/3 yard piece, so 2/3 yards by so 58 inches, let's call it. And then extra wide is 90 inches. So this is a 1 yard piece by 90 inches, 88 inches, because you have to take an inch off for each selvage. And that's Peacock, probably our most sold color ever. And then you've got this gorgeous Luxe Cuddle and Hide. This is a 1 1/8 yard piece. So nice. This would be perfect for a little baby quilt. 45 inches ish. No, 40 inches ish by 58 inches. And then who doesn't like, look, Patty, this one's for you. A 2.5 yard cut of kitty litter. So kitty litter is a basic, but it is also available in 108. So this is 108. It is, again, black background. It is a 2.5 yard piece. It is bright and colorful. It's kind of like stars or whatnot, but then you've got the little bitty kitty head silhouettes in it. So that's 2.5 yard piece. That would probably look good on the back of like a Halloween quilt or something if it has some something to do with cats. And then we've got this is also C390, so it's a 1 3/8 yard piece. So less than 54 inches by like 4 inches. So 50 inches by 88, 90 inches in that ivory color. Is that what it is? Ivory? Yes, ivory. And then we've got denim, sold $154. Oh, don't forget, I've got the drawing to do too, because I had forgotten. So now I just reminded myself by talking about 3/4 yard, Cuddle 3. So this is back to the 60 inch by, I wanted to say 75 inches. 3/4 yard is not 75 inches. It is 27 inches. And Lux Cuddle and Red Fox, sold $155. Probably the most sold Lux Cuddle we've ever had. At least one of my children has a vest made out of this. This might be a big enough piece if you're a smaller person to make a vest out of. It looks like you're wearing fur, but you didn't harm any animals. Sold $155. Okay, I am going to go do, let me pull up the app to pull a winner. Google has some kind of, man, Michael's having so much homework this year. It's so funny. He's never had much homework, and it's crazy how much homework he's having to do. For those of you who don't know, Michael's my 17-year-old son. He is a junior in high school. So, oh my gosh, they changed things. Nope. Maybe I went to the wrong place. Let me see. Okay, I think I went to the wrong place. That was scary. Well, I got into something earlier today and I couldn't find Audible, because I was sewing, so I always listen to books or something, and I couldn't find my new book because I'd finished another one and they didn't update to the app. Sometimes I feel so old. Okay, I'm running it now. You have to be present to win $10 of Poppy Comment Soul cash, and it has a countdown going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sharon Matt, M-A-T-Z, are you on? You have about 28 seconds to answer because, well, I need to give you a little bit more than that. So, Sharon Matt, I don't know that I've seen something for you, but not everybody actually comments during the live. So, while we're waiting to see if Sharon comments, we will run another person so that it's ready if Sharon is not present. Okay, I don't need the snarkiness from you, little child. Tell you what, I'm going to take a week off and I'm not going to answer my phone for a week. The whole place might fall apart. Not. You guys don't even need me. You'll be just fine. Sharon Matz, I'm still giving you a little bit of time. Oh, you are. Perfect. Sharon's here. Okay, so Sharon's here. There's a 28-second delay, and then I have to give you guys time to type that you're there. And so that's why every time at the end of this, it's always like this weird situation. So congratulations, Sharon. We'll add that into your comment sold account. And I didn't go through the things, but it's $9.99 for shipping if you don't spend $100. If you spend $100 or more, it's free shipping. If you spend, do check out because your cart will drop in the next hour or so. Even if you're waiting on some waitlist things, go ahead and check out because it will not charge you shipping twice, or it should not. I should say should not. It should not charge you shipping twice. If it does, let us know. We try to watch for that too, and we'll get you credited back. But I think that's all I got. That's all for now, folks. Bye, y'all.